Hi guys.
What's up? What's up? What's up, people?
Welcome to the Shrine Podcast.
Welcome.
I'm Jemima, co-host, and with me here is
Akindari, co-host. You're waiting for me to just because I don't understand what happened. We did not discuss this before we started the show. You did not say that
I didn't say what.
you were going to take the lead.
Yeah, I know.
So you just decided to bully me off that.
Yep, because I can now.
Fantastic. Worry. But welcome, guys.
Hi, welcome to
the show. We have a very special guest with us today.
We do.
My boo. My baby.
Okay.
The love of my life.
I think people would want to maybe hear somebody with a very sonorous voice just come on and say,
Is that
hi.
a word? Is that a word? Let me know you're just
Hello.
fucked up now. Yeah, you're shit for church. Soronius. You guys, please help us look it up. Help us Google it.
It is a word.
Help us Google it. There are anything such as Soronius. Read anime. More. Let us know.
So we have a guest
Yes.
today.
Mr. Guest. Don't tell me my phone. Introduce yourself. Who are you? Where are you from?
Hi.
Wow.
That does not even remotely sound
Because you love
sonorous.
your life now.
And,
Good afternoon. My name is Pamilerin Adegoke,
hey.
known as the Pamilerin.
Hey.
So I need to, use my normal voice, so it doesn't
Yes.
look like I'm toasting this young man in front of me.
Oh my God.
I know.
Oh my God. What's going on? What's
You
going on?
just look away.
You
But
know,
yeah,
every time you mention that your name is Pamilerin Adegoke, it just shakes me up. You know why?
Why?
My surname is also Adegoke.
Oh my goodness, we have probably
Maybe you're my lost long cousin. What
actually,
state are
we
you from?
Your state.
Oh, okay. No.
You are from Ogun State.
Ekiti.
Ekiti.
Yes.
Oh, you and Ife Love.
Oh,
She's
okay.
Adegoke too. So
Okay. Maybe that
Wow.
one is
That's
my
your
sister.
cousin.
so I think
Oh, my
I think
cousin.
what I'm getting from this is the first Adegoke was just like a bar. It was just slinging dick everywhere. Just like
bye.
my children
How
going
did
to
you-
the world.
And multiply.
Jesus Christ! How did you come? How did
You
we
just said come.
how did we arrive at that?
No, do you know you have to say come?
Okay, moving on.
This guy, man. But yeah. We have Pamilerin on the show today with us.
Yes. Describe yourself. Is it like influencer,
Humble brag.
extraordinary?
Just humble brag.
Yeah.
on them.
So just a random boy on social media trying to work hard, digital marketer, brand influencer, marine
critic.
engineer, food critic. So my friends say food critic,
Wow.
food critic. Yeah. So
Food critic. How did you become a food critic? Like you just go and eat food and then you
I like food and I have this amazing taste bud. So if there's no salt or if the salt is not enough, I know all these things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Okay. So do people pay you to actually come and taste their food?
yeah, very
You
well.
need that skill.
Yeah.
Because your taste buds are trash.
Oh, that's very rich coming from you.
The truth was
Coming
I'm not
from
going to
someone
cast you. I'm not going to cast you. No. I'm not going to
you.
cast you. Let's not derail ourselves. So today, since you're taking the lead,
So today we're going to be talking about something very interesting. And as we go along, you would understand why we have Pamilerin here and why we brought him as a guest for this episode. So we're going to be talking about what you get versus what you deserve in the working context, in the Nigerian working context. So
from a career,
from a career standpoint, what you do, from an entrepreneurial standpoint, from providing services and all of that. So what you actually do, give people, what you get from them versus what you deserve. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So stick with us. It's going to be very interesting.
Fantastic. So real quick, how was your week?
Week was good, awesome. It was just D week.
The week.
It was D week.
Chilled,
Not so
soft
much.
work.
Yeah, not so much story. It was D week. It's interesting. I like this new path. I feel like there's something in it for me. So yeah, week was great.
Ooh, okay. We'll be looking forward to all the good things.
What about you? How was your 1 week?
Soft work. I think I was done with work by Wednesday, to be honest.
So you're just chilling.
So I was just watching YouTube videos and shit. No time. Well, very, very chilled week, soft work. ended well as well.
Ended
Friday
well.
went to
Okay.
Adegoke on the ground. Shout out to those guys.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah. So, Pamilerin, how's your week?
No bad. Aside, at least no drama on social media this week.
Praise Jesus.
First week, like I said, no drama this week. And
Praise Jesus.
amazing.
Well, the week is still like today is just Saturday. Yeah.
no, this is the end of the week.
Something can happen.
Something already happened.
Actually.
Something
but
already.
I'm running
They
away from
don't.
it.
They could not allow you have your week like.
Nah,
So
man.
So your week was
Goddamn.
just good.
It was awesome. No drama.
Okay.
Fantastic. All right, let's get into it. So, how did we even? What even made us decide to talk about this today, Seth?
Like
What's the backstory on this topic?
The backstory is that discussion we had like earlier in the week. We're talking about how is it okay for you to tell your friends or tell people close to you how much you earn, based on the fact that they might likely be working in that same space and they might be getting underpaid or you might be getting underpaid. But generally, on the grand scheme of things, is it okay for you to actually tell people what you earn? Because we've seen that a lot of people do not want to, so you cannot tell somebody or you cannot tell people what you earn. But on the flip side, that might be detrimental to you because you might be getting underpaid and then you might not know. So that's the backstory. We're discussing that. We're like, oh, okay, it should be interesting for us to talk about it on the podcast. Just open the different layers and dissect it.
Another side to that backstory is kind of like just our own experience. Both of us, and also Pamilerin, working in that digital space. I've happened to work with a lot of startups. You have worked kind of like both startups and more traditionally set up companies. And we have certain experiences with that we also realize is actually common. A lot of people, like when you hear that you're earning 70,000 and then the person that is sitting beside you is earning 150, you're like,
what is going on?
So that's kind of what motivated this. I think we should let the people know what we do so they kind of have context of like
what me, I'm a communications manager. I work with a fintech company,
Sugar mommy.
Which, if you've been listening to the podcast, I recently switched jobs. So but I have been working in the creative space for like 5 years now. So advertising, branding, marketing, and all of that. So yeah, that's what I do. So I have like the experience of agency, the creative agency from the advertising standpoint, and then now I'm getting into the actual company, which is like the fintech industry, which I think is really interesting to explore. So yeah, that's what I do. I'm just a communications manager. I like to call myself a communications expert because like for the past 5 years, all I've been doing is communicate for brands. Online.
Talk that shit.
Online, managing campaigns, doing disruptive, creative things for brands, making their voices heard on, online. And yeah, so I like to think of myself as a communications expert. So I'm a communications manager, at a fintech company. Fantastic.
Funny enough, I also do kind of like the same thing. Basically the same thing now. A fintech company as well, although that does not take away from Jemima's sugar mommy status. Yes, make it rain on us, mama. But yeah, I also manage communications for a fintech brand. Before that, I was a tech journalist. Before that, I was kind of a comms person as well. And then before that, I was also a tech journalist. So yes.
So
I did maneuver.
How many before that? Before that, I was.
I've worked at.
Before that, I was.
I think in like 5.5, 6 years, I've worked at like 4 places, over different periods of time across those different places, but for like 4 places.
4 different places.
So, yeah, that's what I do. But on the side too, because mom was also. So on the side, I also, I write. I also like to think of myself as a creative consultant because ideas are kind of my thing. Okay. And thankfully now I'm also getting better at executing on those ideas. Yeah. So I also do that on the side as well.
All right.
Pam pam.
Actually, communication expert sounds so sweet.
Right?
I was supposed to change my proof on Instagram
on the spot.
To what?
Communication expert.
On the spot.
Oh wow. He just stole my
Trademark.
That's so sweet.
I should have
Makes
put
sense.
on TM.
That's just it. Once you just put it there, like
Like, what do you do? So just like she has said and he has said, I'm a communication expert too. As along the line, then I influence for brands and the rest of it. So
So, but I think the difference between us is that we work in like companies. We have worked in like companies.
like
while
in a
you
9 to
do-
5 setup, while
Yeah.
you kind of own your own time.
yeah, but I started with a 9 to 5 for 3 years.
Oh, where was that?
I'm Black House Media, I remember.
BHM.
BHM. So I work with BHM, NetNG, ID Africa, Ori
Oh wow.
for 3 years.
2, 3, 4
Are you
star.
serious?
Yeah,
Oh.
2, 3, 4 star, yeah.
Wow,
For 3 years.
wow.
So I work with brands, I manage campaigns and the rest of it. I write and for nets and the rest of it. So
That's interesting because I feel like a lot of people actually just think that
I jumped
Pamilerin
to
just happens to
business.
have plenty followers and then
no, I work
come
Actually,
here, cinema.
96 for 3.5 years. Yeah.
Wow,
I stopped
wow.
last year, January.
Oh, which was when you went into influencing,
Influencing,
like
yeah,
really
proper.
properly. Oh, okay.
Wow.
That's interesting.
So,
Wow.
but many people just don't know that part of me. They
Okay,
thought-
so
Exclusive,
you heard
people.
It here first.
heard it here first.
You heard it here.
We heard it first. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So now that we have what we do out of the way, have there over your career? Let's start with you, Pelumi. Has there been any
Pelumi,
Pamilerin?
Yeah, you see, actually,
I
same
always
thing.
that always happens.
Why?
He knows that.
I answer.
Like
People call me Pelumi, and I have no shit to answer.
yeah, like it actually happens with me a lot, and I've just told him that.
Shut my down.
Calm her down. So, have you over your career? Have you ever like been underpaid or felt underpaid? Like for example, now, like me, at one point in my career when I was working somewhere for 80,000 naira per month salary, and someone that was hired after me that was doing. The title was the same, but they were doing less work than I was doing.
Yeah.
They were earning like 120.
Whoa.
She understand. So, like, have you had those kind of situations, both as when you were working like a
In a
9 to 5,
company.
and also like as a communications expert that you are now? Like,
Okay, so when I was doing my 9 to 5, I don't think I was underpaid because I started as an intern for 6 months and I was paid. Normally, they don't pay. Some companies don't pay interns, but in my own case, I was paid 45,000 for a staff for 6 months. So after 6 months, I did a test. Like, what do you call it again? That people had to sign like, okay, performance this thing.
Yeah.
So after that, I got the job. I was retained and I was paid 150K. So imagine from 45K to 150 after 6 months. So
yeah.
at that point I don't think I was underpaid. I even feel like I was overpaid.
overpaid. Yeah,
Because that money was huge. Like that.
No. But tell you what though, like that might be. This is very interesting because
Yes.
you felt you were overpaid. You didn't feel you were underpaid because you didn't really have like a template to actually know what you were like, to actually know if what you're getting paid is actually what you deserve to be paid.
Yeah,
Do you
actually,
understand?
that was it for the first year. So along the line, it was not just one department anymore. I was handling 3-4 departments. I was writing, I was uploading. I have to do this, I have to do that. I was in the TV. I was like, you know what? This is getting too much for this
Yeah.
same amount. Whereas somebody else is being paid like times 2, and he's not even doing half of what I am doing.
Yeah.
So that was like after 2 years of working there. Then I felt like, you know what, I don't think this is what
You
I actually
actually
deserve, because somebody else is being paid 300K for less work. And me that I carried everything on because I was young, I carried everything on my head.
Ginger,
So
Ginger
passion.
I
Carry the business like it's your own.
Actually, my boss says that.
Don't they always?
What
That
they tell you
shit
is,
Don't they
is one of
always
the
do?
biggest scams that
what they
Nigerian
tell you
employers
is what you
love.
do now will determine what you will do when you
In the
when your
future.
company. I'm like, okay. But as a young boy, I'm like, I must do this. They must, you know.
That drive.
Yeah.
Ginger was just
So
there.
at the point, so I felt underpaid.
So you started out feeling like
Overpaid.
Yes.
overpaid, and then you started out underpaid.
Like,
At some point, if you started feeling underpaid, rather. So that means that like it's kind of a theme.
It's
It does not.
actually
That's not what
everywhere.
says that. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
Like you hear it all the time, every day. What has been your own
So
experience
for
with that?
me,
Jemima?
when I started working, I felt I was being underpaid, even though I have not, like that was my first job. So usually when you're in school, the idea is, you go to school, you graduate with good grades, you get a job, you start working in this badass company, and then from there your life is just smooth sailing. Yeah. But when I came out of school, when I served and everything, there was no work. Stayed at home. I was like, So this is what it is.
The Nigerian factor.
And then somebody said, oh, there's this opening, you come and intern at this place, this is the pay. 45,000 naira was the pay.
What's with people starting with 45,000
Like to
naira?
me, it was just like, I feel like, wow. And I went to Babcock, like, so to put this in context, I went to fucking Babcock. My dad
You ate egg for 4 years.
My dad spent millions of money to send me to school.
Bruh.
I'm now out. Graduated with like
45K.
awesome grades. I'm now out. Like, you're not telling me you want to pay me 45K. It was like, Jesus, this is what I deserve. But I took it anyways because it was desperation coupled with depression, coupled with I don't even have anything I've done. So maybe let me just do this so that I can use it to step up.
At least
put
it on your CV.
So I will not just sit at home, because then I was even managing my dad's business or company, but I wasn't getting paid for it, and it wasn't exactly something that I would say it was something anybody could do. So it wasn't exactly something that was valuable, so to speak. I mean, it was valuable because I was getting myself busy, but anybody could do it. I wanted to do something more. So when the opportunity came, I was just like, okay, I'm going to take it anyways. 45,000. I probably would just spend the money on transport from my house to the office, but
At least you get the
I think it's worth it.
experience.
So yeah, right from the time I started working, I did feel underpaid. I felt like I was not, like, this is not what I deserve. Even though I hadn't exactly done the work before, I felt like there's supposed to be something that would say
That like where
the
starting point should be better than that.
Exactly, like I am a graduate, so I should be able to earn this amount of money regardless of the fact that I want to intern for you or whatever. So I did feel underpaid.
And since then, okay.
I still did feel underpaid, even when I like got a raise there, when I left there for another company, when I went from another company to another company. I'm getting paid okay now. It's really,
Okay, so the difference between you and Pamilerin is Pamilerin started feeling overpaid, then got to underpaid at some point. You've just been underpaid the whole time.
I just feel like, no, I do not deserve that. I should be cruising in this kind of, I should be living, but whatever.
Mine has also kind of been the same for the most part, and I did not even know that I was underpaid. It's not even like I felt underpaid, like I was actually underpaid. Like my first job was as an office assistant, and that was kind of like, just office assistant, 25K. I'm not really doing much, make photocopies, go and buy a mala for somebody, regular shit. So I didn't really think of that as. And then I just finished uni, like just right after I came back from uni.
So it was like a good deal.
So it was just like, 25, just random 25K that, and then it was like, when my mom is going to work, she can just drop me, I'll just go, and she's coming back, I'll join her and go back home. So it was chill. But after that, my first like proper job, 80K. And that's the example I was giving Pamilerin the other time. Like 80K, and like after 2 years, I was still earning 80K. And since that time, so the person that I was saying that they hired after, like we went for the interview the same day, right? And I got hired first. I'd been there like a month or 2 months before she got hired, right? And then she was being paid 120K. I mean, I was randomly, like, somebody just jabbered one day. I was like, oh shit, what is happening, right? Shasha. So after that, then the next job I had was 150K. I felt like that was, that time I was unemployed. So I'd been unemployed for 6 months. So somebody just came and said, I want to pay you 150K. I'm like,
okay.
Why not,
Good.
right? But I also took that because it gave me like the opportunity to like take on a more corporate responsibility. So I was going to meetings, compiling decks for proposals and things like that. So I was getting a different kind of experience. So I didn't really mind it that much. And then after that, 200. And then after that now, how many now? Get the cover me.
I wanted to like keep going.
Nope.
Keep going.
Nope. So I have generally always felt underpaid. Just generally, I've always felt underpaid. But more importantly, I did not know I was underpaid until Like I knew what other people were earning.
Exactly, which takes me to like the next point. Like, is it like it's actually okay for you to tell people what you earn?
Yeah,
I think it's okay for you to tell certain people though. What do you think?
Not everyone.
Yeah, not everyone.
You can't. And the annoying thing is, some people may even lie about how much they are being paid.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe they want to like
feel so. We actually they may be paying me 100K and they're actually paying him 100K like us, or even less.
But he's gonna say,
because of the fact I said they're paying me 100K, you're like, oh, oh no, actually they pay me 200K, and whereas you're being paid 80K.
Yeah,
so it's kind of like the flip, like
yes,
yeah.
So we are Nigerians and we always want to feel like we are on top. We got it. We are not on the same class. Like hello, oh you 100K. Oh my goodness, I earn 200K. But whereas I'm actually earning more than you.
Yeah.
So it varies. Yeah. Some people may not be honest.
Yeah.
And some but I think it helps. So in your case, Pamilerin, like in your space, like in the influencer space, is there like a template, like a structure, like for if somebody wants to run a campaign now, you say, oh, okay, if I meet Pamilerin, I get this amount. If I meet this other person, I also get this amount. Is it like I guess what I'm saying is there like a set price?
No, actually, it's different. My rate card is different from B's rate card. I may be charging 50K for a post, whereas B is charging 10K for a post. I think I'm actually one of the most expensive influencers, to be honest.
Okay.
I'm just being modest.
Okay.
This thing we don't talk now like this now. Say one of the expensive influencers. When we go down to your vehicle, you want to give me some dollars, some currency.
I mean,
to back up your claim, you have to put your money where your mouth is,
my friend.
Cashless society, who
remember?
I'll carry iPhone.
So about rate cards is different. It's the way you rate yourself. So if client A comes and I feel like these people can't afford this rate card, I'll give them another rate card. So if I feel like I can't afford the 100K per post, I'll give you 50K. And whereas that 50K I'm giving you, which is low for me, is probably B's highest money ever. So in the it depends on each individual. Your capacity and what you want to do.
So when I think about the working space in like work in Nigeria generally, I like to talk about the public sector, like civil service.
I think everybody here is being on the page.
No, apart from that, Seth, I'm just saying that in the scale of how they get paid, you know that when you're at a certain level, you know that this is what you get paid. When you're at a certain level.
All of us,
but like in our
parents
own,
are in civil service, level 14.
Do you get? But like in our own space, it's not like, oh, if I'm an associate now, this is the amount that associates receive.
Yeah,
it's usually tailored to what the company feels.
Yeah.
And then on that side, it might now feel like you're underpaid or or another person sees it as being overpaid.
Yeah.
But there's no like.
There's no sort of baseline that like kind of works.
So generally, the onus is now on you to actually know what you are worth. For you to actually, because if we are going to borrow from what he's saying, about
that's actually
like
very
rate
interesting.
themselves based on, my rate card is different, so you feel like, oh, this is the amount I'm supposed to get. This is the amount I deserve.
And again, our society differs. Okay, a friend of mine is an influencer abroad. In Nigeria, if I'm to influence for a car company, they'll just pay to influence. But my friend, it does not have my numbers. It does not have my engagement. But when he wanted to influence for a car brand, it was given a car. No car company will give you a car in Nigeria.
Maybe you go to the event and take pictures with the car.
And
that's
post. But he was given a car to use for 6 months. User experience for him to talk about it. The only user experience you have in Nigeria to drive it at the event, on it and switch it off. Take that inside the car.
That's enough user experience for you.
Our system does not favor many of us here in the country, unlike those abroad. I have another friend. She changes her car every 6 months. She does not have her own car.
But people just
give her cars to do this. They give her product to test. She flies business class to go for your live event. Yeah, you enter your Uber and go for your live event. But over there, they have a working system. So we don't have a working system here in Nigeria. Even if you want to set a working system, it will work itself.
Okay.
So kind of
so
what both of you are saying now, what I'm getting is basically in the US and like other developed markets, right? Because you see all these reports where they'll say like average earnings of a certain profession, right? So they have average earnings of influencers like over there. Like you can see if you are a car influencer, for example.
Yeah,
or
this
a
is
tech
what is
influencer,
expected.
This is what you probably
Yes,
be making.
yes,
Like
yes.
there's this idea of that, but here
There's no working system.
there's no, and it also applies to, from the influencer side, it also applies to kind of like the corporate side as well, because you can be associates in company A and you are earning 50k, maybe associate in company B and you be earning 100k.
You can even be associate in company A and you are earning 100k, and you can be a cleaner in company B and be earning 500.
Yes.
True that. Exactly.
Actually,
There's that
that's
too. So it's just there's no
one size fits all.
So that now means that in this kind of market, so like in that kind of, in the US for example, if you are looking for a job or you're an influencer or whatever, like there's a kind of understanding that the brand already has.
There's structure.
Before they approach you. Same thing with, because quick segue, I was talking to one of my former colleagues, Shaya, a while ago. He moved to the US.
Yeah.
And he was telling me how. So I was telling him about, I'm thinking about changing jobs, blah blah blah. And he was telling me that in America, salary is the last thing that companies will discuss with you. Like it's just basically like they are auditioning for you.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we have this, we have coffee, we have this. It's like it's all the jara that you get that they'll be selling to you, not even
your salary.
your salary. Like salary is like you get. So bringing that back into this situation, like they have that over there. So even if a brand wants to approach an influencer, there's already a kind of baseline. Okay, they probably know that it will cost me probably this. I may have to send the person this, blah blah blah. But here, that now puts the onus on you.
Yes.
So you are the one that now has to value yourself, and then everybody now has to kind of fight for like their position in the ecosystem. So basically, I guess what we are telling people here is that you need to evaluate your skills, evaluate yourself.
Know what you're worth.
Know what you're worth.
Basically, that works.
Because it's one thing to think that you're worth 100k salary, and then you think you're worth 400k salary. Because don't go and think you're worth 400k salary and you cannot back it up.
Yeah, exactly.
You understand?
So you have to be able to do the work. Like,
you have to
be the person to actually say this is what I am worth, and then show that you are worth that thing.
Yeah, that works.
Because you can only say, oh, I'm worth 400 because I have been in this place, and then when you get there, you're just not doing anything valuable to them, and they're like, oh, okay, no, you're not really worth it. So the onus is on you to actually be the person to worth that thing, and then project yourself or put yourself in that space where people actually see that, oh, this is what you're worth. And then I think one of the things that also is detrimental to us here in Nigeria is that there are not a lot of options. So a lot of people just take on things because we can talk and say all of this and say, know what you're worth, when you're going to this, know what you look out for, ask people in your industry what they earn, do this and that. But when you're desperate, you just want to
kind of take anything.
Like, I've been home for a while. Finally a job. You not tell your parent that I'm worth more than this.
I can already imagine my mom saying,
what are you smoking?
For 3 years. Why did you share? What turn it down? Say, baby, share lati badoni. No, man, you can't. You just have to take it.
Yeah, you have to take it from when you stopped your 9 to 5 and you started your
influencing.
You started influencing full time. How did you do that? How do you? Because when you started there. Just like when you're starting anything new, if somebody come and tell you that post 10k, if you don't know that, maybe if you have 100k followers, you'll be charging X amount, you just take the 10k like that. So I'm just curious, and also I guess for the audience, how did you navigate that whole from when you started and you were collecting a certain amount, and then you started thinking, no, I'm worth this amount now, and then I'm worth this amount now. How did that progression happen?
The whole thing, it was smooth because I was working with an agency. So I pay influencers.
So you already know.
So I already know I paid 100k for a post. Whereas I have these numbers. I have more than your numbers. Mean that I'm paying you. I have audience. I have engagement. Whereas you are getting to comment on your page. I'm getting 35 for the same post. So if I'm paying A 100k, I'm paying B 200, and my engagement is more than B. Then I should be charging more than B. So I was able to visualize myself and understand this market very well before I jumped into it.
Okay, I think I should go and do that
makes
myself
sense.
because I already know.
I guess we all need to do that shit, man.
Because I interact with influencers all the time. I want to do campaigns. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm sorry, I'm going to antagonize you a little bit because I feel like influencers here, I usually tell my friends that I do the work for you though. All you need to do, I know that I'm paying you for your following, your engagement and all of that, but some of them, there's no ideation. Because in my head, what I feel is, oh, I want to run a campaign. I would say, oh, come, this is what I want. These are my goals. This is what I want you to say. This is the engagements. Just go and do your thing and be creative about it. But then in some other cases and most cases, I just have to do the content myself, do the ideation
They
myself.
are actually not
and then I just give
amplifiers.
you, and then I just give you the content, and you just post it, and then people get engagement and people retweet. I get engagement, but it's not like I still did.
You call those ones amplifiers, not influencers, actually.
Yeah. So when we were talking about this, myself and Jemima, I also thought about it from the angle of for influencers, there are different kinds of jobs.
Yeah.
I guess there are some that, for example, if let's say you, for example, now let's say maybe an architectural company wants you to promote whatever. If you tell me that you don't have ideas and you can't come up with and you're telling me the company to give you the ideas and
that
the
would
content.
be fine, yeah.
I kind of get that. It's it's not you're not an architect. You can't talk about.
So you can actually talk about it. You know why? You're an influencer because number one, you have to understand their language. I can't just come up to you and tell you because I'm paying you not just for your audience but your creativity.
That's the thing. But a lot of them they don't it's just for the audience.
And
If we're being honest,
now it depends on how much you are paying.
So it's now the
So you can't pay me 50K and you expect
want
me
to
to
ideate
do a
for
video
you.
and go all out. But you test me with 300K. Just test me.
My guy said test me.
Test me. Then
Ain't nobody gonna test you with 300K, bro.
Then I will tell you that I will do a proper video of me trying to sketch something. I'm like, you know what? I'm tired. I think I just give this job to this architectural company. I would be sketching. I want to draw a house. Want to draw a plan. Then I'm like, you know what? This thing is not working for me. I think I should just pay these people. That's an advert.
Yeah, so he's not. Then we take us back to the main topic, which is what you actually get paid, what you deserve and what you.
So that's kind of a function of the fact that so again to your own problem with influencer. So if the thing is they kind of value themselves okay, if you're going to give me 50K to post,
this is what
so instead of giving
this is what 50K would get you.
Yeah, this is what 50K would get you. So I guess that's also
that
what the brands need to understand.
They've hacked it. They know that this is what I deserve.
Yeah.
So if you want this is what you should pay me. If you want trash, this is what you're going to get.
Yeah. Because I was doing some research a while ago and I was talking to all these big guys, Brother Shaggy and all these guys. And I was hearing some different things, some different offers. Maybe if you want a video where they produce and they do the whole ideation, everything is one
this is
price.
What you get.
If you want a video where you are bringing the equipment or your script or whatever, it's another price. If you want a video where it's this thing, it's another price. It's there's just different levels of what you want. Based on what you want, this is what amount
is going to get you.
Will get you.
Yeah.
So I guess from that standpoint, that actually
works,
that works and that makes a lot of sense too. So are you satisfied?
But that works for them though, for us.
Do you like influencers now?
I intend to be one. I'm going to position myself as
please
one.
do.
Yes, please.
I have not even scratched that market yet.
Yeah, because there's still a lot.
It's deep.
It
is deep. We are just scratching the surface.
Yeah. But I mean, based on what we actually have in Nigeria, I would say that is what you have in Nigeria that you're using to if you were abroad now, probably would have gone deep.
I actually won't be talking to you guys right now.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
What's wrong with you?
Oh wow. Okay, he's just going to delay that. He's just going to blast both of us.
All right. Let's talk about the things to look out for when you're getting or looking for a new job.
Yes.
So let's talk about it from kind of the 9-to-5 standpoint, and also for maybe upcoming influencers or whoever people that want to get into this digital marketing communications space. How they should think about the kind of offers they get and brands and all those things. So,
so I think first thing first, you have to be able to do the work. You have to know what you're worth, and which I mentioned earlier. You have to know that this is what you can give somebody, and this is the value that you can give the company. And then you now would position yourself in that light. So you now know the kind of companies, first of all, that would even reach out to you that you would answer them. Yeah, and then you also know the kind of offers that they will make, because you have done your research. First of all, you know what you're worth, and then you've done your research for other people in that industry who are actually doing similar things to what you're doing. So you know, you have an idea of, oh, this is what the remuneration package should be like. Then you're going to use that to sell yourself. And then I'm also going to borrow this from what this babe said on Twitter, mischievous. Sometimes it's not just about the gross net income, right?
The salary.
The salaries.
Sometimes you can also angle for
so
the
it's
benefits.
also about the benefits, you know. And I know that if we're being honest with ourselves, Nigerian companies, there's not a lot of that, except, you know, pension, you know, tax and all of
the
that.
regular shit.
But still, you can use that. Yeah, if you can, please. You should use that as, oh, okay, if you're going to be paying me this amount, then I should be able to get this health package. I should be able to, you know, my tax should be this, my pension should be this and that. Because you know that on the long run, it's like delayed gratification. It's still for you. Because then you're not going to have to spend for health issues because, you know, your company is already taking care of that for you and all of that. But then again, it's easy for people to fall into that desperation and depression because, you know, there's no work and all of that. But also know what you're worth, and they know that even if you're going to do something, like what they're going to be paying you is not going to be what you deserve. If it is something that's going to be valuable to you, that would help you in that career, like, you know, you have the career progression that you want to be in, so that would help you, you know, take that step to where you want to be. By all means, please just take it, let it be like a learning experience for you, and then from then you just keep getting higher and higher, better.
I think what I just want to add to that is, sometimes it's not always about money or benefits. Like I was talking about one of the jobs I took for just the learning and just the experience of it. A lot of the times, especially with like young graduates now, like nobody wants to be an unpaid intern. And I understand that, like, you know, Nigeria is hard, traffic in Lagos, everywhere is stressful. Like, get it, but at the same time, sometimes not always about the money. Sometimes the experience that you gain from that job is better than. So I mean, you've heard of people that, like, for example, I know of someone that took a pay cut from KPMG to work at a startup. Because obviously she's working at KPMG, she's good. Right? But she also had long hours. It was a lot of time. It was affecting her, you know, other things, right? So she took a pay cut too, and then also just so that she could gain the experience of what that startup world is like. Because, you know, in KPMG it's all corporates, blah blah. So so sometimes, guys, it's not always about the money. Think about what you could learn. Could be an avenue for you to go into another career path.
Actually meet people,
meet different people, form new bonds, relationships, and all that stuff. So
Nigeria can be hard, child.
So it's always actually not about the money, to be honest. Because when I felt I was overpaid, and when I felt I was underpaid along the line, I was learning. Even though for that, I would not have been an influencer by now. I'd probably still be on sea, try to catch fish.
Based on marine engineering.
You get, so it's always not about the money. When you find yourself in a new space, try and evaluate. Try and I'm looking for the right word.
Do you do research?
Not even research. Like
gauge.
Basically, yes. And own that space. Learn, milk it. Because it's no matter how much you are being paid, there is always something new to learn.
Yes.
You can be a guru in this, whereas you don't know anything in that. And maybe that thing is what will make you who you are supposed to be. You get, so no matter where you find yourself, always try and learn, meet people. You get, and
I think something that happens in the influencer space a lot is because, you know, I have a couple of influencer friends like you, and I know that sometimes influencers don't take money. Like, there are some brands that they won't pay you, but they're just big enough for you to want. Just the association alone.
To work with them.
Just the association alone is enough.
It's paid.
Yeah.
So that's something else that people, like, I guess people that want to get into that kind of thing should think about.
Yeah,
so it's not every time pay me money. Sometimes.
But we need the money though.
Yeah,
we need money, but there are some brands you work with, and if you post pictures about working with the brand, people
another
like,
brand,
no, you are big, just come.
Okay.
And it works for influencers. I don't want to mention names, but it works. You know all these people.
Yeah, of course.
So there are some brands you just want to associate yourself with.
You
don't need their money.
Yeah.
But you need their brand essence.
All right.
Okay, I guess to close out.
Let's talk about Zikoko Underground.
All right. So to close out, we're just going to. But Pamilerin, sorry for you. You're not there because you were at TGIF with Ndani TV. But we went to Zikoko.
Are you ignoring
Do you know
me?
Zikoko?
Like I was.
Yeah.
No. That's why I'm responding.
Okay.
That's why I'm going into it.
All right.
Relax.
Okay, go
chill.
on.
So what happened at Adegoke?
You know Zikoko now?
You once worked with them.
Yeah. No. Well, with the parent company, but yeah,
But,
something like that. But yeah, so Zikoko has this thing called Zikoko Underground. This is unpaid, by the way.
Unpaid,
Okay.
but they're just.
But we are
love
fans. We are for them. Zikoko is basically family. So they have this thing called Underground where they just basically they bring like upcoming artists
To perform.
like, fantastic upcoming artists to perform for just like a small
A group of people.
small
Yeah.
group of people like crowd, just a small crowd at their office. So it was we went for this month's edition yesterday
Yeah.
night, and it was fantastic.
It
we
was
had
interesting.
Barry J. Do you know Barry
Oh yeah,
J?
anybody?
Yeah.
Since I saw him perform yesterday night, throughout today,
It is so.
I've been
This guy
playing
has
the
been
song.
playing the song. I'm like, are we in an unending loop?
I've been playing the
But
song.
it's just in a loop.
No, the guy is good. He's good. He's apparently his barista's son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's late and in the
He has the
barista.
body.
Exactly. He has the body. We also had Oxlade.
Oh yeah, I know Oxlade. He
Very
just
good.
released.
Yeah, very
he
good.
released his new single
Yeah,
yesterday. Legend. Yeah, he's
yesterday.
my friend.
We also had Black
Boy
Black Bones.
Black Bones.
Chocolate City, Science Stories, Chocolate City rapper.
Okay, I didn't know
dope
that.
guy
Yeah.
as well. He's hilarious. He
Effortlessly
basically turned the
hilarious.
place to a comedy show last
Oh,
night. Like
nice,
it was
nice.
freaking hilarious. And then we had Joe Boy.
Okay.
Also a young guy. This I
My
don't know if
baby, my baby. What do you want? What do you want?
Okay, yes.
So we had that guy. All those guys performed. It was very. It was
interesting.
It was super good. I met a lot of like industry people were there as well. Music industry people. Joey Akan was there. Chewy
Oh,
Chewy
my friend
was
Chewy.
there. All those guys were there. It was fun. It was
Yeah,
real fun.
there was small
There was
chops.
small chops. There was
Okay, so
origin.
what, guys, why are you telling me this?
So that you
So
come.
that you come
Are
for
you
the
sure
next
about the
one.
next
So
one?
I should actually tell you about my TGIF show too.
Oh yeah, tell me. You know, say if you call me for anything, I'd come.
Okay, not mine. Okay, I went for an interview yesterday and I got drunk.
Yes, he drank so many shots of alcohol.
I drank about 30 shots of alcohol.
Jesus Christ.
All thanks to.
How are you still standing?
As in, that's why I was late.
I
now.
probably would have just I will not be alive for the whole of today. I'm just going to be in bed.
So, but you know the sweet thing about them is, before coming, they'll tell you, please don't drive, don't come alone. Eat before
okay, so
coming,
there's already
come with a
that.
friend. Like they tell you all these things, and you're like,
Because
why are you
the plan
telling
is
me
that
all
you are
this?
not living
Because
here
the plan
with
is you
yourself.
Same
will
way you
never
came.
leave them. See, if you keep getting questions here, from 30 questions they will move to 40. From 40 they will move to 50 till you are drunk.
Oh wow. That sounds like an
I want to.
interesting
I
show.
feel
Sign
like
me up.
that. Sounds like something I want
Sign
to.
me
I want to go on.
I can't.
But
I want to experience it again because I was just in a. It was a new vibe for me yesterday.
and you'll be on camera.
Yes.
God damn.
Goddamn.
Like you actually.
Ṣé kò mí síta bí
You need
ọmọ
to see
ọjọ́
it on
mẹ́jọ?
YouTube. Like you see videos of your favorite celebrities fucking themselves up on camera.
Oh
Are you
my god.
serious?
Oh my
Oh,
god.
should be interesting to
We're watching
watch.
out for it. We're watching out for it.
I want to watch it too.
Yeah. So,
All right,
Pamilerin,
guys.
thank you so much.
Even though he was on his phone for like almost
Influencer and.
half of the
But I'm actually not on my
Influencer.
phone right now.
Almost
Okay.
half of
Right
the-
now.
almost half
yeah.
of the recording you were just on your phone.
Yeah,
But yeah, thank you for
but
coming through.
He still pulled through, contributed. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing with the people all your knowledge. You people heard all the exclusive. Oh.
Exclusive.
When I keep telling people that people should tell your friends, your family, and your enemies to listen to the Shrine podcast. Hey, Nigbo. Now we are bringing you premium content.
Premium content.
But shout out to you guys. Remember to send us. Would you think we should have on the show? Please don't go and be putting Don Jazzy or people that don't know us.
But we can get
Post
Don
people,
Jazzy now.
I mean, you never know, but post people that are interesting that we can
Yeah.
reach, that can come on the show. Make sure they're in Lagos. But yeah, if you have any thoughts, opinions, whatever, what do you think of the show? Send us an email at the Shrine Podcast.
At gmail.com.
Send us an email at theshrinepodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Or you can also reach out to us on Twitter. Send us a DM or tweet at us at the Shrine Pod and on Instagram at the Shrine.pod.
The pod. Yes.
Yes, I got it right this time.
Yeah.
I'm waiting where enemies. I was waiting for me to fail. God forbid bad thing.
Don't you always?
Yeah, but
Oh yeah, you always feel. Okay.
Get
Thank
out.
you so much for listening.
that's been the show. Thank you, Pamilerin, once again for
Thank
coming.
Thank you
on.
for having me.
Bye, guys.
Adios.
Bye.
Peace out.